welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you are new here, my name is Sydney, and today's video is going to be my Will I Buy It video for this week. In this video, I'd like to share just a couple of new releases with you guys and chat about my thoughts on them. This video is inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series, as well as Amy Love's Makeup New Indie Makeup series, so I will link their channels along with the Instagram accounts that I use to create this video every week down below in the description box. But I don't like to waste time in this video, so let's hop into the new makeup. Alright, you guys, we're going to kick off this week with some new products from Natasha Nona. They're releasing Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow, so these are just going to be liquid multi-chromes. I'm a little bit interested in these. I love the idea of a liquid multi-chrome. I feel like for some reason that it would be easier to work with than like a regular powder black base multi-chrome. But at the same time, I don't think a black base multi-chrome is my favorite kind of multi-chrome. I much prefer the glitter multi-chromes from Cliona, or even the iridescent chameleons, or the iridescent multi-chromes from both Camellia and Terra Moons, or both from both Cliona and Terra Moons. So I'm like kind of interested, but I don't think I'm going to end up purchasing these. I just don't think that I would get a whole lot of use out of them. Next up, we have a new collection from LMR Cosmetics, and it looks like they're releasing an eyeshadow palette, some eye primer, and some new brushes. The eyeshadow palette is pretty, but it's just not really speaking to me. I'm not really in the market for a new eye primer, and honestly, this looks like one of those eye primers that is clear based, and I really prefer my eyeshadow primer to have some kind of tint to it, just to cover up some of the veininess on my eyes. I feel like when I don't use a tinted eye primer, I just like my eyeshadow blends out weird. It looks patchy and funny, so I'm not a fan of that kind of eye primer. And then I was somewhat intrigued by the brushes, and I still am somewhat intrigued by the brushes. But as of right now, I'm not purchasing anything from this collection. The only thing that I could really even see myself considering purchasing in the future is the brushes. I'm really been into the like big floppy fluffy brush from their Ojitos brush set. I believe this was their first brush set. I think I got this in BoxyCharm, and I've been absolutely obsessed with this brush. I wish that they sold their brushes individually, because I think I would buy like 4 of these, because I just love the shape. I feel like it's so versatile, but they don't sell it individually. But it kind of piqued my interest for LMR Cosmetics' brushes, and so I've kind of got my eye on the brush set. I'm interested to see some reviews. Good Molecules is coming out with a new cleanser. It's called their Rose Water Daily Cleansing Gel. It says it's infused with antioxidant-rich rose water. This pH balanced gel face wash soothes and balances all skin types and gently purifies skin of dirt, oil, and makeup without disrupting its natural moisture balance. So I haven't really landed on my holy grail cleanser. Honestly, I haven't really landed on my holy grail skin product in really any category, so I'm always down to try one, and I know that Good Molecules is super duper affordable, so if I run out of a cleanser and I'm ready to place in a Good Molecules order, I may try to pick this up. I really like the idea of a gel cleanser. I don't think I've used a gel cleanser before. I don't know, I like the concept of that, and I'd be open to trying something new in my skincare routine. Alright, you guys, next up we have a release from KVD Vegan Beauty, and they are coming out with a vegan lash primer. So this lash primer says that it's powered by bamboo powder that delivers legendary lift and curl infused with natural oils to help condition as you curl, and the soft gray color helps maximize black mascara for deeper pigmentation payoff. So it launches September 18th, and it's going to retail for $24. I'm actually a little bit intrigued by this, you guys. I am definitely someone that struggles with keeping my lashes curled throughout the day. They just get weighed down by the amount of mascara that I put on them, which, I mean, I love like 3 or 4 coats, so it's kind of expected. But this would definitely be a product that I'd be interested in trying, especially since I believe KVD Vegan Beauty, that's such a mouthful of a name to say, they're coming to Ulta, so it's definitely more accessible. It's not something that I need or something that I'll be buying right away, but it's definitely something that's on my radar and that I may be interested in trying down the line. Oh, you guys, it's that time of year again. Too Faced is sneak peeking. Oh my gosh, is it already available? It's already available. Their Christmas palette, and this year it's called the Pumpkin Spice Eyeshadow Palette. And you guys, I feel like these end up looking pretty much the same every single year. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago I would have gone gaga over this palette, because it does have some fun like pops of color. There's some green in there, a little bit of purple, kind of a bright pop of berry, but it's overwhelmingly neutral and really not unique to my collection. Actually, as I'm looking at this, it kind of reminds me of the Tiny Marvels palette that Mel Thompson created in collaboration with Sydney Grace. It's actually what I used on my eyes today. but I feel like they're kind of similar. Just some food for thought. And the Sydney Grace formula is far superior to Too Faced. They're like night and day. Next up, we have a new collection from BH Cosmetics, and I think it's called their Chicago collection. So they came out with a palette as well as a brush set. The palette really does not speak to me. I mean, I'd be interested to see it in person in Ulta or Kohl's or wherever they're gonna have it in person near me. But like right off the bat, the color story really isn't grabbing me, so that kind of tells me that I don't need that palette. But the brush set is kind of grabbing my attention, not so much for the design of the brushes themselves, but for the brush shapes. I've had really great luck with BH Cosmetics brushes in the past. Their eye blending brushes, I think they're absolutely fantastic, and some of these shapes look really awesome. So again, not something I'm purchasing right now, but something I have my eye on that maybe I will eventually purchase. You guys, it has been so long since anything Urban Decay has done that it's really grabbed my attention, but I have to say that I am interested in their Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. So it is supposed to have medium coverage and up to 24 hours of wear. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a little bit, I've been really obsessed with kind of a dewy, a little bit glowier foundations lately, and I'm kind of on the hunt for my perfect like tinted moisturizer-esque foundation, because in reality I need more coverage than a tinted moisturizer really is going to provide for me. So I'm kind of looking for like that, but in a foundation, something that's like super easy that I can slap on really thoughtlessly. And I'm wondering if this will be it. Weirdly enough, I love that it's in like a squeezy tube. I feel like a lot of foundations used to be in squeezy tubes, and now we've moved on to more glass bottles or bottles with pumps, but I don't mind a good squeezy tube foundation, and I don't know, I'm just really intrigued by this one. I'm excited to hear people talk about it. I'm sure other people get it in PR and share their opinions, but it's definitely on my radar. Alright you guys, next up we've got a palette from Plouise, and this is their... what is this eyeshadow palette called? Is it unnamed? I don't know. There's a new eyeshadow palette, but according to Trend Mood, it's just the eyeshadow palette. And this one is predominantly blue and green. It's a pretty palette, and you know what? I would think that it being so blue and green, how into blue and greens I am, I would be like all over this palette, but for some reason it's just really unappealing to me. I don't know if it's just the size or the packaging. I don't know. It's just really not doing it for me, you guys. Oh my goodness. We have to talk about the Colourpop Sunflower collection. I've got some thoughts on this collection, you guys. Okay, the packaging. Freaking fantastic. All of the branding, everything is top notch. It always is from Colourpop. They always kill it with their branding and their marketing. But the products themselves, I'm less than impressed. So I believe this is their first all matte 9-pan shadow palette, and that might be right up some people's alleys, but I just feel like this was such a missed opportunity. I really want to create like a redesigned version of this palette with my singles, and I'm probably going to post that over on my Instagram story, or not my Instagram story, on my Instagram feed if you guys are interested in seeing that. So definitely make sure you follow me there. But I just feel like you could have done so much more with this palette. Like, I'm looking at this and it kind of reminds me of Naked Honey, and maybe that's what they were going for, but I just feel like they could have added like some really fun yellows with some texture or with some unexpected shifts. I feel like it was a really big missed opportunity. They also released two kind of just neutrally gold Super Shock shadows, which don't really intrigue me. They released some lippies, one of which looks really pretty. I think it's the shade Always Sunny. It's like super metallic looking. That looks gorgeous. And they released a Soul Body mini shimmering body oil, and then just a glow up oil from Fourth Ray Beauty. So I don't know, I feel like I haven't really been super excited by a Colourpop collection in quite a while, and this one's no different. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention this in last week's Will I Buy video, but Britt Clark collaborated with BK Beauty to create a brush set, and if you guys have watched my $1,000 indie cart video, if you didn't, I'll link it down below, you'll know that I've been a little bit intrigued by BK Beauty and their brushes. I feel like a lot of the people I watch on YouTube have really been raving about the brushes, raving about the quality, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued. I feel like I have more than enough brushes. Let's just get that straight. I mean, you can see all the brushes I have right there. But I'm just so intrigued by these brushes. I've never really tried a high-end brush because I've been pretty satisfied with my drugstore and affordable brushes, but I'm a little bit curious. And this looks like a really nice, well-rounded set. It has that like tapered, angled, flat foundation brush. I mean, I'm sure you can use it for 100 other things too, that everyone has been raving about. It has like a really awesome pointed tapered brush. It has 3 eye brushes, all of which looks like brushes that I would use to death. So I don't know, you guys. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely not going to buy it right now. It's $95, which is way more than I'm willing to spend on brushes now, possibly ever, but it's something that I'm intrigued by. You guys, Odins Eye has finally revealed their newest collection. It's called Alva Natural Spirits, and I don't know how I feel about this collection, you guys. I've been really eyeing Odins Eye, for quite a while at this point, and I haven't made a purchase yet. And honestly, I heard something in Amy Loves Makeup's latest video about them. Well, it would have been 2 videos ago, that has given me pause on whether or not I want to purchase them, and I'm going to tell you guys as well because I want you to make the most informed purchasing decisions that you can. But Odins Eye does not replace like shattered beyond repair products if they get broken in the mail, which I think is like, I try to view it from both sides of like a small business where that can be really costly, but at the same time I feel like that's a horrible customer service. So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, so I think that's part of why I'm not even like considering purchasing this collection. I think it's gorgeous, but I also think I could dupe it with my singles palettes, and after hearing that about their customer service, I'm not jumping to support their brand, you know? So they have the big palette, they have a highlighter palette which looks really pretty, and then they have 3 little palettes which I don't know, the 3 little palettes are not really exciting me either. I think this is just a pass for me. Alright, you guys, last thing I want to talk about is a little sneak peek that we got from Adept Cosmetics. And it looks like they're coming out with a new palette, the Plain Jane palette. I don't know if this is going to be a pre-curated palette or if it's just going to be another empty palette that you can curate on their website with their single shadows. But it also says in the caption that they're working on a brand new sparkly formula, and that makes me super excited. You guys know that sparkly textured eyeshadows have really been my thing for the past like year and a half, somewhere in there. I just love what they add to an eye look, and I've really wanted to try Adept's shadow formula for quite a long time. Whenever I go on their website when they're having a sale, all the shades I want are immediately sold out. Honestly, I haven't taken the time to create a really like solid list of the shadows that I want to grab from them so I could pre-order them or something like that, but they're definitely a brand that's on my mind, one that I would like to try this year or next year or whenever I get to it. So I'm excited to see that they're coming out with a new formula. But that's gonna wrap this video up, you guys. I feel like I had like not that many products to talk about, but I just rambled on because I really thought I was gonna be done with this video in 10 minutes and we're pushing 15 right here. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please leave me a comment down below letting me know which new releases caught your attention. But that's gonna wrap it up for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.